Welcome to Kids Create. Today we'll be making coffee filter crafts. For supplies, you'll need washable markers, coffee filters, and a spray bottle. Let's get started. You'll want to take your coffee filter and get your washable markers. They will bleed through because it's really thin, so you might want to have something underneath it, like I have the cardboard here, or you could do a cookie sheet or something like that as well. And then just sort of scribble all over it, put the colors on there however you want to. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to cover everything because when we spray it with water, all the ink is going to spread out. And if you want, you could like draw a picture or something, but I'm just kind of scribbling around. You could also use permanent markers on this project, but if you do, you will need to use alcohol to spray it instead of water, like we will here in a minute. Just kind of filling in a few little gaps here. Okay, so if you notice, once again, I didn't fill in the whole thing. There's still white showing. And here's another one if you wanted to have more of a picture kind of design instead of just scribbling around. Both ways will make really cool looking coffee filters. So just spray them. You don't have to completely soak them through, but it's okay if you do. And now we just need to let them dry. Okay, they're dry now. These are the two I did earlier. And then I also did a bunch of other ones as well. As you can see, they're all different. No two are alike. So you can get very creative with these. Okay, so we're going to talk about a bunch of different crafts you can do with your coffee filters. For one thing, you can hang it straight in your window and it makes a great sun catcher. For this craft right here, I made a planet. You could decorate your space with spaceships, or you could use other coffee filters to make more planets, whatever you want to do. But of course, you also need an alien to go with your planet. So I used googly eyes and a marker here. But you could use paper or whatever you want to decorate your alien face. Another project you can do is to draw a person or character and then use your coffee filters to design cool clothes for them. You can make interchangeable outfits. Or if you're like me and you're not good at drawing people, you could always print a picture off the internet and then dress them up. For this next project, we're going to make a butterfly. You'll need two different filters. So just take it and bend it back a little bit and then fold it back the other way, kind of like you're making an accordion. And you just do that all the way through. Back and forth. Oh, oops. Okay. So got the first one done. Just want to smush it down so kind of hold its shape. And now we're going to do the exact same thing to the other coffee filter. And just bend it forwards, and then bend it backwards, until you get it all done. A little bit more. Okay. Once again, kind of smush it down so it holds its shape a little bit. And then you're just going to stack them on top of each other. And we are going to take a clothespin and just kind of smush it in between there. I'm using a clothespin, but you could use pipe cleaners, a rubber band. You could also use like a bobby pin or a twist tie from a sandwich bag, whatever you can find around your house. And now I'm just kind of spreading it out to make the wings. Just sort of pulling them free there. Give them a little bit of shape. And then there's your butterfly. Can add one more little touch here. And I'm going to give them a little smiley face. And there you go. If you're working with a little bitty kid that might be a little tricky for, or they don't have the motor skills yet, there is a simpler way to do it. You can just make one that only has one wing. Let's take these back out. And we're gonna flatten it out again. And all you do is just bunch it in the middle. You don't have to do that folding. And you can just put it back in the clothespin like that. And you have a simple butterfly. Okay, for this project, we're gonna make flowers. As you see, I used a filter to make the vase as well, and then I have the little flowers at the top, and then I just used a marker to make the stems. So we're going to make a big flower now. So we're going to take a filter, coffee filter, and just fold it in half, and then we're going to fold it over again, and we're going to put just a little glue in the middle to kind of hold its shape. And we're also going to put a little bit of glue on the back. And then just place it wherever you like. So it kind of makes a big 3D flower. Let's draw the stem on here. There you go. And let me show you how I made the smaller flowers. So I just cut a coffee filter in half. And then I'm going to cut it in half one more time. And for most of these projects, I've been using just a whole filter, but don't forget you can always use scissors to cut them into different shapes and sizes. Okay, now we're going to take this filter and we're just basically kind of smush it into the shape we want. So I'm going to fold one side over and then another. And then the bottom part, I'm just kind of bend it back until it's a little less pointy and it's the shape that I like. There we go. It's a little glue on the inside to make it hold together. And then decide where I want to put it. Looks just like the other, so I'm going to put some glue on the back. You could, if you don't want to do the folded ones, you could always just cut a flower shape out of it too. There we go, all done. For the last project, I decided to make a friendly monster. I glued 2 filters together, and then I just cut along the edges so he'd be kind of fuzzy, kind of frilly. And I used Google eyes and a marker for the mouth, but you could use paper to make his face. I used scraps of paper to make his arms and legs. And these are just a few of the crafts you could do that I showed here today. There's all kinds of ideas. Just let your imagination be the limit. Thank you for watching this week's Kids Create. Join us next Tuesday for another fun project.